Graeme Zielinski on the line. He's the communications director of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, wisdems.org. Graeme, welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me. Thanks. Mike Tate was going to be here, but he sends his regrets, so thank you so much for remembering Wisconsin.
Well, thank you, and send our regards to him.
Sure.
Graeme, I'm curious, you guys know Paul Ryan better than anybody else. Kathleen Sebelius is taking some flack in the media today for saying that Ryan Obamacare would raise the cost to seniors by $6,000 when that was the first Ryan budget. The second Ryan budget was moderated somewhat, and Romney has endorsed the second one. But whether it's the first one, the second one, or the 35th one, Paul Ryan does seem to have some sort of I'm reluctant to call it a moral compass, but some sort of a governing philosophy. You want to describe what it is?
Well, I know the nuns of the Archdiocese and what they would say about it. They would say that it's totally inconsistent with Catholic social teaching. But when he came out with this plan originally, his original plan, our party, the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, as a sort of a spoof, we had Paul Ryan Medicare voucher coupons, good for a half hour of dialysis, good for one catheter. And we gave them out in the district, and we talked around to seniors, and they recognized immediately what his plan was. It's not just that it's going to cost seniors more out of pocket, it's that it ends the guarantee of health care. So seniors who can't find their health care on the open market are going to be one illness away from the poorhouse.
How can we get the Democratic Party to do that nationally? That's a brilliant idea.
If you want to Google Paul Ryan Medicare voucher coupons, and my buddy is I used to work at the Onion newspaper, and my buddy's the former editor of the Onion. He did up a pretty funny graphic with the coupons, but they strike the larger point that this is what they are. They're coupons that you're trusting the open market and ending the guarantee. And we've known this for a long time. Paul Ryan, remember, has never faced an election in Wisconsin since he introduced this crazy budget. Everybody says, "Oh, Paul Ryan's been running the table in Wisconsin," and that's true. He's outspent his opponents 30-1 until Rob Zurban. He's never had a serious challenger, and he's been having the same fibbing problems all along. But nobody's vetted his record because nobody's looked, and he's had this charade where he's hidden behind, "Oh, I'm a deer hunter. Oh, I'm a Packers fan," and now that people see this dang budget, people are scared in this district, and I know because my parents are seniors. They live in the district. They're damn scared. Yeah. And if you look now and see what kind of money Paul Ryan is spending on his congressional race, where he's never spent this kind of money before, it's because the people of Wisconsin know his plan. They don't like his plan, and they're rejecting him.
Yeah. Now, speaking of rejecting, I'm curious. There's a piece on Common Dreams right now, and it's repurposed from someplace else. I'm not sure where, about how a canvasser for Obama in Madison gave up because she was in Democratic districts knocking on so many doors where progressives were saying Obama didn't come to town to fight for the recall. He has dropped the ball on this, that, or the other thing. Take your choice: free trade, NDAA, whatever. And we're just not as enthusiastic as we were last time around. How are you going to close that enthusiasm gap? How do you bring those people back? How do you get those yard signs out there? How do you wake people up and get them going again when some progressives, and I'm not one of them. I think President Obama's done a reasonably good job given the circumstances. But you and I both know there are a lot of people who are sitting around saying, well, it wasn't perfect, damn it, so I'm not gonna be there like I was 4 years ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, the perfect candidate can only be find me the perfect candidate. But I don't see that. Maybe it's because I'm an activist. I'm on the ground all the time, and I'm with these people. The people in Madison who are part of the recall are my friends. The people in Milwaukee and Superior, whatever. I've been all around the state with the recall, and now as we've woken up, and it's not just reelecting this president, but it's keeping the Senate majority with a strong progressive like Tammy Baldwin in office. People in Wisconsin, let me tell you, have been having this conversation about the economic security of the middle class and fighting these special interests like the Koch brothers. We had the battle come to us a little early. And I haven't seen this piece that you're talking about.
So your experience is that those people who worked on the recall are still equally as enthusiastic.
And you
about
look
Obama
at you look at our delegation here to this convention. I think something like 75% of them are newcomers, and all those newcomers, I think to a woman and a man, all of those newcomers were woken up by the recall, and now they're here supporting the president because those same values about the economic security of the middle class and what's going to happen to us. Who's going to rule? These Koch brothers, are they going to come in and be able to buy our state? Or are you going to be able to fight back and
Right.
organize? And,
Well, they did successfully buy your state, in the recall.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're going to do it again in the general election?
And no, and there's many reasons when it comes to timing, when it comes to turnout. Turnout was actually a lot lower than was predicted. Let's not forget. I think Scott Walker didn't win on the question of is Scott Walker a good governor or not. He won on the question of do people like recalls and.
Well, that's because they ran all these ads saying, we don't like recalls.
For 7 months. For 7 months, they had the air to themselves. I think it's a lot fairer fight when it comes to the resources that President Obama has now. It's a lot fairer fight when it comes to the resources that Tammy Baldwin has now. And the argument is so much clearer. And then other stuff that we haven't talked about. Students are going to be able to vote now that weren't because of the Republican game changing on the rules. Students weren't really a factor in the recall election. Well, they are now with Pell Grants being cut and health care being cut and all this stuff, and you're going to have a much bigger turnout.
And didn't Scott Walker cut the students out of the vote with a voter suppression ID law?
That's exactly what he did, and it is exactly the point of that suppression. You nailed it you got it on the head. Nailed it on the head.
Yeah. I never refer to them as voter ID laws. They're
suppression. Jim Crow.
Everybody should call them voter suppression
Modern
ID laws.
Modern day Jim Crow, absolutely.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Graeme Zielinski, the communications director of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, wisdems.org is the website. Thanks, Graeme.
Thanks a lot, Tom.